One killer YouTube video could completely change your life. And the secret behind a channel averaging 100 views per video and another channel averaging hundreds of thousands of views on every single video could lie between the single simple secrets that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. I've spent the last 7 to 8 months after uploading my last video studying content from the top creators on YouTube. There is something that I've noticed all these big creators and successful YouTubers have in common. Something that a lot of beginners fail to pay attention to when you're thinking about creating your YouTube video. And you might ask, what is it that they know that you don't? It's quite simple actually. In this 4 simple step guide, I can guarantee you your videos will go from looking like this to probably this. The first step is actually something very simple. But then you'll be surprised how many small creators or should I say small now, or how many beginner YouTubers fail to do this thing, or more importantly, if they do, they fail to do it correctly. But if you are able to get this step done correctly, this will actually save you a lot of time and effort in your creative process. And the first step that you need to nail down to create a killer YouTube video is your ideation process. Why? That's just because this part is what determines whether your viewer thinks this your video is actually worth spending 10 to 20 minutes of their time on, when there are countless of other videos right there on the YouTube platform for them to watch. And the ideation stage is basically that stage or that point in time where you generate content ideas for videos you are trying to make. You come up with ideas, and these ideas, if they are good enough, is what to determine or actually drive your viewers to actually want to click on your video and watch through it all to see what you have to offer. The truth is, video ideas can actually come from anything. It could be from scrolling social media and you see a type of content that you're interested in, and you'll be like, just maybe I could implement this in my own content, or what if I can do something similar to this? That's just an idea. Or this could just be topics that you have vast knowledge on, probably something you are knowledgeable about and you'd like to share. You need to write down these ideas. Write them down somewhere. Personally, I like to keep a Google Notepad where I store my ideas, the ones I'm currently planning, the ones I've written out scripts for. I write these things down. You could decide to do the same, use a Google Doc, or you could decide to go the old school or old-fashioned way by writing them down manually using a pen, as long as you can keep it safe and it won't get ruined. The main reason for this is because it's quite easy to forget content ideas if you don't write them down. But if you've written them out, after a while you can revisit them when you are ready to create your next video and you find all the ideas that you've listed out. Another useful way to generate killer content ideas is to use outliers. And to explain outliers in simple terms, that just means using content that have performed so good in the past. This might be your own content, or it could also be content from other people's channels. Pick content that have done well in the past and remake another video using those ideas, or expatiating on those topics, adding your own spin on them. In practical sense, the way to go about this is go to some of your favorite creators, your popular channels that you follow, and search under their videos. Filter those videos by popular. You get a list of the most popular videos or videos that have done so well amongst all their content. Pick the top ones that you feel you can remake or that are related to your type of content. And don't just copy and paste these videos on your own channel. All you have to do is take inspirations from these videos, get inspired and make it your own. Like I said, add your own twist on these videos. Don't just copy and paste, because then you just be another imposter on the internet. If you're still in doubt or wondering if this will work for you, then take a look at these 2 videos and tell me what you notice. As you can see for yourself, use of outliers definitely works. And the fact that someone got 100,000 views on their video, if you decide to remake that, there's a high probability of you getting around the same or even more if you add more information or you package it in a way that your audience actually wants to see. But like most YouTubers, there's actually one thing Well, technically, there are two things that most people ignore until the very last stage of their creative process, while in actual sense, it should be one of the very first things you do or you put your time and effort into when you're trying to create a killer YouTube video. Immediately you open the YouTube homepage, you're greeted with dozens of contents to watch, actively trying to fight for your attention. And what does this mean for you as a creator? That's just to say that if your videos do not stand out in the endless sea of content on the YouTube platform, they are not going to get clicked. And if they don't get clicked, no one is going to watch them. And if no one watches them, your entire process, your entire shooting, editing, post-production, everything amounts to nothing. And you can as well say goodbye to that your 1,000 subscriber goal or your monetization goal and all of that, which is why you need to focus on your title and thumbnail. Well, you might say that your title and thumbnails are not that important because your videos are good. Probably your quality or your setup is one of the best out there. But the actual thing is, no one cares. If your packaging sucks, no one gives an F. Then no one cares about what the actual content of the video is, because if they don't click, they don't watch. If they don't watch, you don't get views. And here are a few examples of videos for you to be the judge of yourself. Take a look at these videos and tell me which one of these would you be more willing or more inclined to watch as a viewer if you see them on your own page. In this case, we're going for the one on the left. Have a look at the next one. Definitely, if you're like me, you're going to click on the video on the right. This isn't just magic, it isn't a trick. It's just how much time and effort these creators put into their title and their thumbnail. And that is what strikes you to click on these videos and see what they have to offer. Your title and thumbnail should evoke the right emotions from your viewers. Here are two examples of videos that actually do this really well. And the first one is, if I knew this earlier, I would never start YouTube. And on the other hand, we have, I got 1,000 subscribers in 3 days, and you can too. These two titles generate different emotions in viewers completely, because where the first one generates or evokes a feeling of regret, because your audience will feel like there's something they need to know before they start YouTube. Then the other title depicts a feeling of excitement or a feeling of optimism in your viewer, where they feel like, okay, if this person can achieve 1,000 subscribers, let me see what exactly did he do or what did he implement in his content that I can implement in mine too, because the title clearly says you can too. And it's the same thing for you. You can do this too. This is not just a skill that is limited to a particular set of people or a skill that only a few people have. If you spend an extra 30 minutes to an hour crafting your title and thumbnail, trust me, your viewers will have no choice but to click and watch your video. And now, on to the fun part. This part is actually the most obvious, but at the same time, it's something a lot of people feel or do not really care about. And that is writing down your script. To me, the main reason to write your script is to save you time. Yeah, I know writing isn't actually fun to a lot of us, myself included, but the main reason why you write out your script is to map out exactly how you want your video to flow, from your hook to your body, all the way down to the points and your CTA. You need to write out your script to give a clear and concise flow, for your videos. And this will actually save you a lot of time while recording your videos. You don't have to do much retakes or reshoots, and also while editing your videos, because you know what comes after each segment of your video. There are basically two ways to go about writing down your scripts. The first one being to write it out word for word. And this is one that I've actually come to like after a few trials and a few times of writing my scripts. I've come to realize that it actually works best for me. And then the other one is writing out bullet points. While they are both great ways to write down your scripts, each one definitely has its own ups and downs and its own advantages and disadvantages. So depending on the type of person you are is what will determine what type or what method you're actually going to go with when it comes to writing down your video scripts. And firstly, I'm going to explain the bullet points. In this way, in this method, this is just you writing down the key points of your videos. Basically, the things you would like to talk about in your videos, just writing them out each point after another. And while you're recording, you just pick the first point, talk extensively on it. Then you pick the next point, talk extensively on it until you're through with your whole video. And this is great if you're someone who can actually talk freely or improvise on the spot, because all you actually need is to just have a list of things you would like to talk about and then flow through the entire video. No need to follow any strict rules. Just explain and talk to your ads content. In some cases, this is actually great because it saves you a lot of time. The time to write down the script word for word, it saves you that long process. There is none of that. So you save a lot of time when you use the bullet method approach. The downside to this is that you can tend to go off point from time to time, because if you're talking without any direct guidelines, no specific border to keep you in check or in line, sometimes you might talk off point, or you're explaining a point and then you chip in something that is not entirely related to the topic you're talking about. So this is just basically the ups and downs of using the bullet point method. But on the other end, if you have a full script like I do, then you have a borderline, you have a guideline to direct your steps, your entire video flow from beginning till the end. And in this method, if you actually make a mistake, it's much easier for you to just go back, take a look at your scripts where you've written everything, and then say it again, say everything all the way from the top. Like I said, each one has its own ups and its own downs. But if you're not so sure which one actually works best for you, I'd suggest you actually probably try out the two. Your first video, use bullet points, and then your other video, make them using the full top to down script. And then you can eventually decide which one actually works best for you or which one you want to stick with on the long run. Because in the end, it's your channel, and your channel should be a representation or more like a reflection of who you are, if that makes sense. That being said, regardless of whichever method you use in writing out your video script, there is one key thing that ties your video together and ensures a smooth transition from the very first thing that comes out of your mouth when you start recording your video to the very last thing you say when you end your video. It is your ability to convey a message through a narrative, keeping your viewers engaged and eager to find out what happens next or what more you have to offer in your video. And that thing is storytelling. Everybody loves a good story, and no matter how many times we read a good book or watch a good movie, if we go back to it, we are sucked right back into the story, experiencing a wide range of emotions. And what exactly does this have to do with YouTube videos, or how does this exactly impact your YouTube videos, you might ask? Well, storytelling is everywhere. And if you're able to convey your YouTube videos in form of a story, creating an entire journey or entire storyline for your viewers to follow you along, they would have no choice but to watch and stay till the end to find out what exactly happens or what the end of your story will be. The simple but effective way to go about this is to create contrast. And when I say contrast, I mean create contrast between what is and what could be. And the what is being the current state or the current problem that your viewers are experiencing or that your viewers had before they clicked on your video. And then what could be is what they stand to gain. What is the benefit that your video is offering to your viewers? And I'm going to give you a quick example on that right now. Take this video idea, for example. If your first video is how I made my first million online, the bad approach and the way a lot of creators will go about that is to go, in today's video, I'm going to show you how I made my first $1 million online. Number one, I sold my house. Number two, I used the money I invested it. Number 3, I took the returns on my investment and made blah, 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 blah. Doesn't that sound a bit too generic and quite frankly so freaking boring to you? It is. Most times, a lot of viewers would actually click off after you say the first line because there's no feeling, they are not connecting to you in any way. All you're just listing is giving out a listicle of items for them to, oh, this is what I did, this is what I did, and who knows, how do they know it will actually work? How do they connect to you as a person? How do they even know what you're saying is the right thing? On the other hand, the better approach would have been to show them exactly how you were or what life was before you made your first million. Just give them something to connect with. And if I were to do that, I'd go like this. I used to be a broke teenager, living with 5 other guys in a single room apartment. And life was tough, really tough. But then one day I decided I couldn't live like this anymore. My story and how I made my first million online is what I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. And after this video, I believe you can go out there and make your first million or even more as well. When you listen to these 2 stories, which one are you more inclined to follow? Or which one do you feel more connected to? Obviously, it's the second story because you know what it was like for him. And probably the viewer is currently in that spot where they are broke, living with people, they can't afford the basic things they are looking for. I mean, that's the only reason why you'll be looking for a way to make money online. You're currently broke and you're probably not able to afford the things you would like to afford. So they feel more connected. Okay, this person has been in my condition. And since he was able to move from here to here, then it's probably something I can do as well. To be more inclined to watch through the whole video from the beginning till the end to see what happens and how they can make $1 million for themselves. And because he depicted his video in a story form, it generates or evokes emotions from the audience. And the first emotion being pity for him being in that state. I mean, we all pity someone who is suffering, broke, can't even afford a meal. The viewer experiences pity first, a piece of remorse or sadness for him. But then after a while, they are eager to see how he changed his life from that sad, lowly state to being a millionaire. So they are also curious at the same time. That's 2 emotions being generated in the first opening of his video. That's even before he starts listing the things that he did to make the $1 million. That's the beauty of storytelling. It could be the secret or the skill that you've been searching for to create that killer YouTube video that blows up your channel and gets you from averaging 100 views right to averaging thousands of views up there. But if you're still not sure or you're unclear of how to go about storytelling, well, this video right here is where I explain the exact storytelling roadmap that you can use to create content for your specific channel. And yeah, it works on any type of channel. I'll teach you exactly how to tell a story so good that you get more viewers than you know what to do with. So, what are you waiting for?